What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and this is the second of 3 reviews we're going to do today. This is being the Transformers 1 Studio Series 112 Optimus Prime. I'm going to talk about this as being a studio series, and everybody gets, as I have learned with Hasbro Studio Series, it's not like better than, it's just made differently. It's interchangeable. This could show up any place else. You know what I'm saying? As far as being a studio series with the moniker behind it, I mean, compared to the new one that's coming out of this, which is like this Takara version, which a lot of people are saying is a little already overpriced. Well, that one has extra stuff that this one don't even come close to doing. And it's almost like, even I'll put it like this way, this figure should not be kind of this simple. And it is. It's weird to me. But we're going to go through the review. So let's move the vehicle out the way. Here is the box. There is inner thing in the box as always. There's him on the side. That's him over here. And then on the back, we got, him holding the Matrix, 25 steps to transform, and then the backdrop from the movie, which of course we always show at the end of the video. We'll get the box out the way. Instructions are in the package. Box is nice. Still no damn window. Anyway, here's the vehicle mode. I guess you put the axe back here. This is the only thing I could think of. I didn't even look at the instructions, and I didn't watch any really reviews. I know I did a lot of news videos on it. I still think it's cool, but I just think it needs more. But it does roll. It has wheels. It's got wheels on the bottom. But literally, it's just like the legs. It's way just too simple. But other than that, we'll talk about that a little more. These are the shoulder arm bits here. This part right here that you plug into the front does not be there. It does have like a clear window, so it looks like a truck, you know what I'm saying, nonetheless. Now I see inspiration from other figures here. We're gonna bring them out with first things first. We're gonna bring out Siege Optimus Prime. This is the animated version, and you can tell right off the back, like if you look at the vehicles here, they're kind of similar, you know what I'm saying? But do keep in mind that this is a Voyager, and I don't know what size he is. I guess deluxe. But you can see here, very similar, but that's not all. And even looking at the top, because, I know he has an axe weapon, but I don't know where I put it. Very similar. I mean, it's uncanny how similar these are. Like, it's got two guns in the front. But this will later on become, retooled into Earthrise, and, the controversy of not liking Earthrise. If you don't, I don't know. But anyway, here's another Transformer. Not a Transformer, but a third-party figure. One of my favorites that you'll never see me review. But I do have this this was my Optimus Prime at one point, because I told y'all before, Optimus Prime, mainline G1, modern era Prime since blah, 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 has been damn near 6.5 inches for 20 years. And here we go. This is Make Toys Striker Menace. And I love this thing. It's one of my favorite Transformers. And I don't transform it. I know it's not official. But as you can see here, there are some similarities with him as well. If you look at the vehicle modes, they just look very similar. That's why I chose him. But let's just be honest, he's a lot more better, more heavier. This thing is nice. You'll see this again when we get Commander Class SS-86 Optimus Prime. So these are the 3 vehicles that I want to compare it to, and then you can see here. So yeah, he's, let's get a size, because I did not do that in the alt mode. He is about, from that weird gun thing, close to 5 3/4, but if he didn't, because you can take that gun thing out, he would be approximately 5 inches. All right. So yeah, the axe goes here, and I kind of, I guess maybe this is the way it goes. I never really see anything official on it, and even the packaging doesn't show it, but that's what I was able to do. And yeah, that's about it. But as you can see, these similarities aren't a coincidence, okay? Let's just keep that a buck. They are very similar. But if you ever have a Striker Menace, man, this thing, whew, this and Rider Despotron, Rider Despotron, mine had QC issues. I had to send it back, and I never got another one. Shame on me. But with the leader class SS-86 Megatron coming out, he's probably going to be the same size as the SS-86 Optimus Prime. So we're going to move everything out the way, get him transformed, and all these into robot mode, so that way I can get them all back in their nice fresh cages, so I can enjoy the rest of this long drive I got. And as always, we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and basically we have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Basically what's going to occur is articulation time. He comes with this weapon, the stupid little front weapon. You kind of store in the back, but it really doesn't store. We're not going to worry about this weapon footer because you can't do anything with it in robot mode. Basically, it comes with the axe, and that's about all you're going to get. So you can probably use like a gun from maybe another pack or something like that. Other than that, you're not going to be able to do that. So the next thing we want to look at is articulation, and basically the arm does have this weird butterfly thing. Now, in the large one that they're coming out with, guns pop out right about here. So then, you can do a 360 if you don't actually open these arms. Then what's going to happen is that everything is kind of going to just, it's just going to, it's like going to make it break apart on itself. But he does have a hand, fist swivel, hand swivel. The shoulders do rotate, has have a elbow and all that stuff like that. Head does look up and down. The head is really articulated for a studio series. Let's look at the legs. So the legs go out to here, and the waist piece does this up and down thing that's so dang on weird. And then of course the leg goes here and bend back to here. It's got a little toe pivot too, so you can get that, almost can get like the Optimus Prime jumping in the air about to fight you pose. And then after that, of course, he can go and make his legs go all the way back to here. But the only problem is you're going to be in the middle of this thing right here. Let's remember that, okay? Some of the stuff on here is kind of useless bits. And I don't understand this waist piece and why it keeps doing that, but it is what it is. Now, can he Jean-Claude Van Damme? Yes, he can. And all right, so we're gonna do a little quick comparison, get a height check, because this is basically a deluxe. And then we'll talk about some things, how I feel about this line. I'm gonna put the weapon back in his hand because, like I said, I got one more review to do. I don't know if I really want to do it or not, but I guess everybody's done there, so I'll do mine, because I need to get them back on the show. And so basically we're going to compare him to Siege Optimus Prime, because basically I'm just kind of picking figures that look like Cybertronian Primes. And I know the shade is different, but you get what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? This is actually one of my favorite Primes, like hands down one of my, oh, I got to fix this. All right. Whew, I fixed my boy. This Siege, man. This is the Walmart 35th anniversary with the nice, cell shaded paint job. But as you can see here, we're going to look at the head sculpt too before we continue. That's right, I got to do measurements. I'm rushing today because I'm getting ready to get out of here, man. So that's the head sculpt right there. It's primey. Now, they do have the large one where you can get the face and flip everything out. But of course, they're not going to do that for the studio series. Let's just get a quick height check. And the height check, he is about Voyager, deluxe size, a little over 5.5 inches. Now compares, I'm just using it as a comparison. This is Voyager size, of course. It's 6.5 inches. Remember that. And, here he is. And then finally, we're going to bring in Striker Manus. And this is why I'm using Striker Manus, because every time I see this guy, I see Striker Manus. They are vastly similar, especially in the legs, though he doesn't really have a crotch. But, I may have some things mistransformed. But let me up on my camera here. But you see what I'm saying? They do look alike in this sense. And I think, that's pretty cool. And of course, we're going to show off a few other things and then wrap up. But as you can see here, he does remind me of Striker Manus a lot, like a little Striker Manus. It is what it is. And I think he would just be Manus or something like that. I think that's what they call them. There's a comic book that comes with Striker Manus. And yeah, it's kind of look like that too, a little bit. So yeah, this is him in a nutshell. We're going to pause for the cause. We're going to bring out the backdrop. We'll show off the Matrix, and then we'll give our final thoughts. Always in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we're going to show off the Matrix. And you just lift this up right here, and he has a shiny Matrix. Let's get a little bit of brightness here so you can see that. And there's the Matrix, and we're going to take it out. And it is kind of a difficult thing to do because it's not like the other Matrixes. And you can see here, it's more of a, just like that, it's very similar, but it has like translucent ends there. I don't know if it'll fit in Optimus Prime. Haven't tried, don't want to try. I want to keep it where it goes. So that's the Matrix. Yeah, it comes with a Matrix, and I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and put that back on. close that. And this is the backdrop, and he is in the Cybertron's version, the Transformers 1 Cybertron. And let me turn my brightness down because sometimes it's not translate well. 4.5. And so let's talk about Optimus Prime. The good about this figure, it's not a bad figure. It does have a decent transformation. But the problem is why the hell did they include this if you weren't going to incorporate it in anything? I would have think that they would have used this in a way where you could put this on the shoulders, because on the big one, he's got these guns that come out. And I mean, like, I guess you could sit them here, but no one knows where really to put these at. And I mean, I kind of just sit them like that, but they don't stay in. But you understand what I'm saying? That part doesn't make sense. The weird waist crotch doesn't make sense. But it does have some nice articulation. I can dig the tan plastic because of, things that could happen or anything like that. You could, I don't know, something could happen. But anyway, neither being here nor there, I do think that overall, it's a decent Studio Series Prime, but it begs the question as to why we have now a mainline version, a Studio Series Deluxe version. Are we going to get a Studio Series Voyager version? Because now we have a Leader version coming out, which is not Studio Series, which that doesn't mean anything. So please stop asking, there's a Studio Series version. It doesn't matter, because obviously that version is better than the Studio Series version. So obviously the Studio Series version is never best. It's not. It's just line name change. Okay. They can throw anything on any line with any mold that they want. Just remember that. Now let's get back to our already scheduled program. Other than that, it's a decent figure. It's good to me. It's good quality plastic. It feels nice. Everything works. The joints are perfect, not too tight, not loose. Everything works. It's a decent Optimus Prime from the movie. I think a good representation, though I would have liked to have seen maybe some type of ability to have the face, like the big one, but that's neither here nor there. But overall, if you're picking up this figure from the movie, you won't be disappointed. I mean, it's a very good Optimus Prime, and I think overall, you'll be pleased with it. So that's my final thoughts on this Optimus Prime, and I just want to say, what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. This is Super Robot Ed, bringing you more news and reviews. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. One more to go.